if success is envisaged, then it is not worth the title. Hello beautiful viewers, and welcome to this edition of Managing Africa, where we look at innovations in technology. I am Nadine Mebune. Successful entrepreneurship is the key, rather the solution to the unemployment crisis we face today in Africa. And that is why here on Managing Africa, we bring together innovative and solution-based businesses to the limelight, thereby connecting them to not just their investors, but other stakeholders. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to inform you that on this edition we are joined by FAI Timothy. He is the founder and CEO of Spark, one of Africa's promising and futuristic tech companies that deals with IT integrated solutions, digital marketing and e-commerce. Welcome to Spark, an e-business company located in the capital city of Cameroon, Yaoundé. Spark is one of Africa's promising tech companies that deals in e-commerce, digital marketing, and IT integrated solutions. The company has created a multi-vendor platform that helps the average Cameroonian save money and time when buying or selling goods and services on their website. This platform is called Spark Afrique. Spark also has another arm that organizes annual events called the Spark Gala. The event brings together entrepreneurs from different sectors to interact and network while showcasing what they do. Spark was founded by FAI Timothy in 2020 and has as vision to become Africa's biggest, smartest, and fastest e-commerce platform within the next 5 years. Ladies and gentlemen, FAI Timothy. Good afternoon and welcome on the program, Timothy.
Good afternoon, Nadine. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. We also have Mr. Penda Monekosso. He is a financial executive with over 15 years of experience in both local and foreign investments. He is a potential investor on the program today. It's a pleasure to have you on the program, Mr. Penda.
Thank you, Nadine. I'm glad to be here.
So we'll begin with you, Timothy. What led you into creating Spark? We would like to find out what your story has been so far.
So thank you very much. I'm just going to say I studied computer engineering. I'm a computer engineer. And before then, I was quite into a few things. I was in sports, music. I've done quite a lot of things that I just like to try new things, you know, try to fit in where lots of people don't really, you know, find themselves there. So, you know, while rounding up from university, I'd learned marketing in school. So while doing computer engineering, learning how to build websites, how to, you know, build applications, and quite a lot of things in the computer milieu. So I was trying to see how it could be relevant to the society. And the best way, you know, was doing e-commerce, you know, starting getting into the e-business field, not just e-commerce, you know, because Spark actually, it's like a tech company that tries to be relevant, try to bring the normal day activities. Yeah, try to add the computer touch to normal day activities. And with the e-commerce and digital marketing, we can reach out to a lot of people, you know, just through the website. So we started with e-commerce, Spark Afrique. So Spark Afrique is actually just the e-commerce part of Spark. So when we built Spark Afrique, you know, trying to, you know, get all goods and services on the same platform. So we discovered that a lot of people don't really, you know how to market themselves. They do a lot of good products out there, especially the made in Cameroon products, but they don't know how to sell it out there. So if we could create a platform where people could have the shops, you know, they're not just selling another, you know, just don't know how, because a lot of people don't know how to use internet. So we bring this platform where we can make available goods and services and get people to have specific shops on a platform. So it's a platform where people can have a particular shop with your name, with your domain name, and you can sell what you have. We help you do the marketing, but we train you also on how to build that. We're trying to get all the natural products and services that are being created in Cameroon, and also making available those that are coming from other countries. So that was also our main reason creating
awesome.
that.
You just cut me short because I was going to ask, my next question was going to be, tell me about Spark Afrique.
Yes,
Now,
okay.
what you just explained is what you do at Spark Afrique,
At Spark Afrique.
which is interesting. So aside Spark Afrique, what are the other
Yes. So the other departments, we have the Spark Real Estate, where we've built a platform for guest houses and hotels, you know. So sometimes when you're traveling to Douala or to Kribi, you know, I went to Kribi some time ago, and to find guest houses, you're to sweat, you know, you don't really know where to find them. But if we have that platform, you know, that is not you just go there and you see all the guest houses listed, all the hotels, maybe and the prices, so you can just contact them and get it. So we're just trying to make things way easy. And we have another part which deals with sales of services. You need a carpenter, you need an electrician, a plumber. You just go there. You need an MC for an event. You need a sound equipment, you know, all of that. Or a singer. You just go there and you have a list of all those services that you can buy. So people can sell their services on that particular platform.
I see. So with the Spark, we have Spark Afrique. We also have the Spark Real Estate, which is what brings us closer to services, housing, and okay. And then the other department looks into. So if I actually have a problem with my lights, I can have a technician on the website. That is interesting. Now, what I want to find out next is how this project contributes to building the society. I know it's, I mean, from the word it's already clear, but can you point some of the advantages?
Yeah, one of the main advantages is we're trying to promote originality. We're trying to promote our context. You know, e-commerce was literally created, you know, in the other side, where in the Western world, where you have everything is kind of in other housing, you know, you could just go directly there and do a deposit, you know, do another. If somebody gets another, you can go there and just drop it. But here, our context is different. So we're first of all supposed to understand our context. We're supposed to brand our products, because most of the vendors that we want to get on our platform are high quality vendors.
Can you point out exactly the question, the problem that your project solves?
One of our main problems or solutions is bringing out trust in the e-business sector, because a lot of people are very skeptical about doing e-business, about, you know, getting services online, getting products online. So we're trying to bridge that gap, you know, say that, okay, we're bringing in the best vendors, we're bringing the best products and services. So we're trying to bring excellence together in such a way that when people order something, it's exactly what comes to them. So we're very peculiar about that. And we also want to help the Made in Cameroon, you know, to get more grounds, to get a lot of traffic of people, people that could, potential customers, to come and buy. So we're doing a lot of marketing on that, trying to build their shops, try to get them more, customers, and grow our site in such a way that we can have everything on one site. Because that's how powerful a site could be. If we have, you have vendors from all over the country, and we're looking to go to the whole of Africa, so every particular country has like a group of vendors all over the country, selling particular things in such a way that you can go and have everything in order. Like for services too, we have a problem of, you can really look for a site where you have different services. Like you need MCs. You go there and you just see a list of MCs in Yaoundé or Douala or Cameroon. You don't have that. So it's something new we're bringing up. It's quite challenging, but we're just trying to bring some order in the e-business sector.
I'm curious, in a society like this one that not everybody is using the internet, how do you plan on making Spark sustainable, even with such a challenge?
Yes, not everybody is using the internet, but everybody has a telephone. Almost everybody got a telephone, so just by a click of a link, it's not very difficult. Lots of people actually getting to use the internet, but unfortunately, they're using it for WhatsApp and just, not doing relevant things. So we're actually training people on the importance of how to use your telephone, because we are not still in the 2080s where for you to use the internet, you needed a laptop or a computer stand. Just by using your mobile phone, you have access to as much information as possible. You have access to as many people as possible. You can reach out to thousands, hundreds of thousands of people within seconds. So people are actually using it. So that's where the big market is actually right now.
That is an information I just got, very important. Where do you see Spark in years to come?
We see Spark. We have actually been up and running for a year and a half right now. Yeah, we launched in 2020 in the heart of COVID, and people, we're having tens of thousands of people already using, visiting our site, using the platforms and all of that. And we're so excited because we didn't know it's going to,
just within a year.
Yeah, within a year or so. We didn't know it was going to be that, bringing some solutions somehow, so we're trying, we are hoping that within the next 5 years, we'll not just be in Cameroon, we'll be in the whole of Africa.
Beautiful. I can't wait to see that. Do you want to share with us some of the challenges you have come across so far, like within this 1 year, 6 months?
Yeah, of course. We've had a lot of challenges. First of all, starting up a company in Cameroon like a young person is very hard. It's very hard, and trying to be different, not just do a company that, there's different types of companies that people do. Some people just want to have a small business, but what we're building, it's not just for us. We're building something that is going to be a legacy. It's going to stay even after we are not there. It's going to reach out to as many people as possible in different fields, areas of life. So that's actually what we're building. So we're not just trying to build a business, building a legacy per se. So it's very hard that way. It's easier to build a company that, you just have a store somewhere and you just sell. You don't worry about tomorrow. You make your bread there and you sell it. It's very easy that way. But when you're thinking the whole nation, Africa, it's hard right from here. So those are a lot of challenges, just intellectually, first of all, then because you need to think on strategies and how to do that. You need to meet the right people, learn, and all of that. So you get people that will motivate you. And unfortunately, some time ago, depending on your sphere, we didn't have a lot of people, young people, that were doing that we can actually look up to. But I'm happy that right now, yeah, I could, not really that people are coming up. I didn't know some few, but now I'm able to see the founder of Dash Media, he's young, let me say young. Yeah, we can look up to him. He has built companies all over Africa. So it shows that what we're thinking is possible. So if we're seeing big people like that who are already doing it, and we could connect with them and they teach us how to live from point A to B, is going to be very helpful. And sometimes too, friends and family, they're like, no, don't do this, just get a job. Just get a job. It's not easy starting. It's going to fail. Lots of people told me it's going to fail. So you need to, those are the real challenges, Sometimes you don't have an office and all that, but you need to struggle to see just how to start. Because if you want to wait that you have everything before you start, it's not possible. You will wait for 10 years. So those were the little issues we had. Then starting again, even when you've gone through the process of, being scared to start, and you finally start, now getting customers is something else. Yeah, you have to fight, you start with your family, selling something, try to make as much sales as possible. Try to get people to like your idea, get people to believe in what you're doing. Getting another team, getting a whole team to work with is something else. So there are quite a number of challenges, a number of problems, we go through. Some people say, this company has failed. Why do you think that you are going to succeed? So those are real challenges, that we need to work on that.
Financial challenges. Are you stable?
A business person is never stable for a start. Well, you can never say you're stable, especially when you're just starting fresh from the university. So almost luckily, I was not focusing just on Spark, just on the business for revenue, because you stay a year or two. Luckily for us, at least we've made some figures, but sometimes stay like 6 months, literally no income, net income. You struggle. So those are challenges we go through, but you need to be able to see other means of getting finances to put in, like without even thinking of the return yet. You're trying to make the impact, trying to make the name, Later on, we're going to see the income later on, but we don't focus on that right now. We're just trying to build.
Now, on the program Managing Africa, we always have on board an investor, and the reason for this is because most businesses always face the challenge of finance, and that is why we have on the program Mr. Monekosso. Mr. Mone, I would like to find out from you, what are some of the reasons why businesses, or rather an investor, will not want to invest in a business even if it is promising?
First of all, I must congratulate Timothy on his efforts. From all what he has said so far, I can see he really has a passion for what he's doing and what he's trying to do. It's a very difficult and challenging world, especially the technology side of things, because although it's relatively not new, but it's still new, and it's developing every day, and more and more people are getting into it. Like Nadine was asking, why would somebody not want to get into this brilliant idea? Is that sometimes we find ourselves in the same sector. All of us, you might be 10 of you all doing the same things. So technically, you always got to look at being on the edge. You got to be able to provide something different to what others are doing. Not that this is a bad thing, but a lot of what you're doing, I wouldn't say it's wrong, but there are a lot of people doing similar things or who have probably done some similar things. And so what you need to do is come up with something that is cut off the edge kind of technology, something new. If you look at the business world today, there are a lot of what we call fintechs, which obviously you know about, which are gradually getting a lot of funding. So they're basically working a lot with financial companies, especially doing transactions abroad, within Cameroon and other parts of the world. So those are things that you should be looking at doing or getting involved in the future. Whereas maybe as of today, everything is fine. You might relax and say, okay, I'm fine, I'm doing well, I have money in the bank, I have a nice small car, nice telephones and so on. But that's not the time to relax. It's instead the time to put in more effort.
Mr. Monekosso, another thing I would like to find out. You have listened to Timothy's story. You have heard his vision, what he intends to do. As an African investor, what do you think we can actually, what do you think you can do as an investor to bring this vision to life?
Well, what I'll tell Timothy to do, and what I won't say he must do, but he mentioned it while he was talking. He mentioned about the Dashako holding and the different stuff that he's been able to do as a young person as well. I think those are sort of people or you should emulate or try to look up to or try to join or hook up to. At the moment, he's trying to do a lot of things with young business people. So I'm currently the general manager of Credit Africa Invest, which is a microfinance corporation under the Dashako Holdings. And we look for potential for young businessmen like you guys to come in so that we can work together and help you guys, advise you, as well as in the long run also help out financially.
So it's a win-win.
Exactly, yes. So, and within the group at the moment, they're currently looking at young investors as well who can come in and pitch their own ideas and their businesses. And you might also be lucky to win a huge sum of money, which can also help you to invest into your company. But like I said, in order to be successful, also, you need to also find something else that everybody else is not doing. There's a lot of fintech companies that are starting up who are also getting a lot of financing as well, just because of the idea that they have, and a lot of it is just run by young guys like you. So I think you should not relent in your efforts. Continue to push. Cameroon is still a very virgin land in terms of IT and IT development. Every day there's a new idea coming up, and don't also be afraid to use what is being used elsewhere. Like abroad, they're using a particular thing and you look at it and say, oh, since they're using it there, I'm not going to bother about it in Cameroon. But you can bring it into Cameroon and sell. You see, so it is up to you. Like you're young, I think you're young, very smart, and you can develop a lot of things, I think.
Generally speaking, what is it that you investors are looking for in businesses to be able to invest, like put your money into a business? What do you expect?
First and foremost, we expect a return, a return on our investments. But like I mentioned earlier, we're looking for something. It might be something that everybody is doing, but it must have an edge to it. It might be something different. So that's what we tend to look for, and that's what we tend to want to invest in. And also, it's not just about just investing and sitting down and leaving you to go. It's also working alongside you and advising you being there to support and let it be a continuous process, let it be a long-term thing. It shouldn't just be that you get up in the morning, I put my money in, and then I let you go. And you also find that a lot of businessmen here tend to believe that, okay, I need your support, but that's all I need from you. And once you give me that support, I don't want to see you around. Let me do my business the way I want to do it. So it's a positive thing. Businessmen need to be open to whoever is investing in their business, because it's the person has a knowledge that maybe you don't have. He can open a door that maybe you cannot open. And also, like Timothy, this is an opportunity that you're getting to showcase yourself to another part of the world, which maybe your competitor might not have today. So these are opportunities that you need to take. And like I said, always be on the edge. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, because we only learn when we fall.
So Timothy, Mr. Penda Monekosso is an African investor, and I would like to find out from you if you have questions for him on the program.
Yeah, sure. I have a question. All right, like investors really want to see you already in the field, you know, doing something, you know, producing results. But it's always very hard for some other people that have not really done a business before. You know, that's the first time they just had the idea and they come up. Some investors will maybe not invest in that because they've not started. So what do you think the person can do?
No, like I was going to say, yes, it's true. It's very difficult initially, because you have the idea, you have the passion, you have the belief, and you're trying to convert it into somebody else's belief. And that other person's belief is the financial backing that you need. Well, initially you have to show that you have, apart from the idea, you have the background. You have the ability to not only push it, but you can also hold it up. You see, if anybody is going to invest, if you come to a bank, for example, and you ask for financing, the bank has to believe that what you're going into is going to work. And the bank wants to also see that you are solid, i.e. you have controls that you're going to put in place. It's not just, I have a brilliant idea, I'm running with it, and with no handbrake, see, or without any brakes. So that's the initial part. Then you get to the next stage now where you want to go bigger. This is where maybe you go into maybe the seed funding. You start looking at angel investors and all of those other people who are looking to invest in a particular project. Like basically all what you have said today, I think you're at the stage where you're looking for a boost to help you to go to that next level.
So you have heard from the investor. Do you have any advice you want to give to entrepreneurs who want to be like you someday? Any advice for potential entrepreneurs?
An advice to give, just that, you know, when you think about something, you know, we should try to think about global companies, building global companies, not just limiting ourselves to build really small ventures, you know, that is just going to help your immediate quarter or something. Let's think of, you know, competing with the big companies out there, you know, big Western companies. It's possible to do it, you know, and we should try to do as much connection as possible, because the only way that you grow is by, you know, getting to meet people that could help you, you know, both intellectually, you know, shaping your ideas, you know, give you other ideas that you can run with, you know, and one day, trusting God, you know, of course, and you definitely make it.
So you got that from FAI Timothy. The advice is that as an entrepreneur, don't only think about your immediate surrounding, but think about how to expand and go global. And this is what has brought us to the end of this edition of Managing Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, continue watching Dash News and keep up with our next edition to find out who our next guest is going to be. Have a lovely day and stay safe.